Welcome back to Beyond the Brew. My name is Donovan Kelly. It's Thirsty Thursdays, and we are talking about the Calgary International Beerfest, also known as the largest beer festival in all of Canada. It was held downtown at the BMO Centre this past weekend, and I would like to take some time and show off some of the footage I got to tell you why I had such an amazing time there. Number one was the beer. There was over 120 breweries at this event. 95% of them were craft breweries. I was really excited walking into this event because there were over 20 that I had not ever tried before. I can tell you that I just was not disappointed. I mean, there's a few beers that I didn't really care for, but there were a lot more that blew me away. We tried a few different jalapeno and habanero flavored beers that were extremely delicious. A few super fruity, like out of this world hazies, and a bunch of darker beers just thrown into the mix to make everything more interesting. Number two is the food. Attending Beerfest is a lot different now than it was 10 years ago. Back then there was like a place to get tacos and maybe a pulled pork sandwich stand hanging around. Now, that is completely different. Now there are a ton of top-notch restaurants all around the Calgary area, and they definitely brought their A game. Calgary's most famous deli, Spalumbo's, was there. Patty's Barbecue and Brewery, among a lot of other spots that were serving up a pretty big variety of smoked meats. Cluck and Cleaver was there. They were cooking up some fried chicken. So many awesome local spots. I will have to say, our personal favorite was Blowers in Grafton with the fried pepperoni and the buttery, savory lobster rolls. Lobster rolls? The Cooking with Beer seminar was another success this year. Alberta Pork and Village Brewery teamed up, and I think they provided pork tacos, pork ribs, beef ribs, and they topped it all off with like this delicious banana pudding, all with different beers to go along with each serving. Just an amazing event, and like, oh man, graham crust on the banana pudding? Oh boy. Number three is just, it's gonna have to be the people. Everyone is always so nice at Beerfest. We're all having a good time, whether we're serving beer or drinking beers. The Brewmaster seminar showcased an interview with one of the owners from Establishment Brewing, and they talked about the recent award of Brewery of the Year in Canada. Ended up being an open, Q&A for about 20 minutes or so, and we got to try a bunch of their beers while they were talking, and that was just a lot of fun. That was pretty cool. Other than that, I mean, I just love talking to these breweries, finding out where they are, or where they are, gonna open up a tap room in the future. I had a great time catching up with Trevor and Nick from Blind Man Brewing. It's great to see Colin and everyone at the Dandy Brewing Company and try all 17 beers that they had available. No, it was probably 7 or so. They had a bunch of different ones that were up for grabs, and almost all of them were just absolutely to die for. Exhale Brewing Company had a great DJ, just a bumping booth full of great beer, and seeing Colin from Dandy and Christina from Exhale, do whatever kind of dance they did. That was maybe the highlight of my Beerfest, actually. That was a really good time. I'm so glad I got that. Is this the largest Beerfest in Canada? This statement was made on the sign when we were walking in. It kind of surprised me, I'm gonna be honest with you. I just assumed that Toronto or Vancouver had a larger event. After a bit of quick research, I think that this is the biggest beer event in Canada. It may not be in terms of population. I think it is in terms of the amount of breweries who buy a booth to showcase their beer. Toronto's Festival of Beer looks to be pretty big, but so much of the area is taken up by larger booths from bigger beer companies, with an area for smaller breweries in the middle. They do seem to have the entertainment factor like a little bit higher than Calgary. Some pretty successful and famous musicians are booked. Really just looks like an awesome event. I really want to go out to Toronto to check it out. So I haven't been, I don't want to say too much on it, but that's just what I have found out after my initial discovery. Same with Vancouver. It's held outdoors at the PNE, and they have a lot of live music, but in terms of the amount of craft breweries, I think Calgary wins. I don't know for sure. I will make my final decision after I have attended both of these events, and I will let you know more after that. But that's a wrap on this Thirsty Thursday. I hope you had a good time checking out the Calgary International Beerfest. And if you have a chance to attend, you should take advantage. There truly is an overwhelming amount of extremely talented breweries in Canada, and this is such a great event to get a taste of each one. Have a great day, folks. Follow for more, and I will see you guys in the next video. Cheers.